Okay, hello guys, how you doing today? Think I'm late, but that's fine. And yesterday I was unable to do live. Let's see what news articles we have today. Okay, let's start with some of. Just hold on a second. Hello. Yeah, let's start with some news articles. China's Evergrande's electric car unit says vice chairman has been detained, which has made the stocks slide down. China's Evergrande New Energy Vehicle Group has said its vice chairman Liu Yongzhu has been detained and is under criminal investigation, sending its stock tumbling and making another setback after a share sale plan was scrapped. The detainment could also hurt its parent company, China Evergrande Group, the world's most indebted property developer whose offshore debt restructuring proposals comprise swapping part of its debt for equity in the EV arm. It has some $23 billion in offshore debt and more than $300 billion in total liabilities for the past 2 years. Evergrande has been in hot water and is unable to pay off their debts. They have tried their best, however, instead of paying off the debts, they have been incurring more debts for the past 2 to 2.5 years. Problem started some 3-4 years back, but it was only 2 years back when the real issues surfaced and things started going down. US investigators recover key part from Alaska Airlines 737 MAX jet. The US National Transportation Safety Board has said the key missing component from the Boeing MAX 9 jet involved in an Alaskan Airlines emergency landing has been removed from the backyard of a suburban home. The plug door tore off the left side of an Alaskan Airlines jet on Friday following takeoff from Portland, Oregon en route to Ontario, California, depressurizing the plane and forcing pilots to turn back and land safely with all 171 passengers and six crew on board. China's Costco hails shipping to China's Costco. I'm sorry, China's Costco halts shipping to Israel. Chinese shipping firm Costco has suspended shipping to Israel. Israeli Financial News has reported the report, which did not include details behind the decision, came as shipping lanes in the Red Sea have been disrupted by attacks carried out by Iranian backed Houthi militants in Yemen. Costco offices in Israel declined to give out any comments. Israeli port officials said they were checking the report. Not much information has been given out by the authorities, but that is most of all we know. China regulators lift stock net selling ban for mutual funds. China's security regulator is allowing mutual fund managers to sell more shares than they buy each day, removing a ban introduced late last year aimed at propping up a flagging stock market. The China Securities Regulatory Commission late last year, barred major mutual fund companies from selling shares on a net basis on any day, answering top leadership calls to stabilize a market that was among the world's worst performance. Alaska Airlines cancels more than 200 flights after FAA order. Alaska Airlines has said it has cancelled 170 flights on Sunday and a further 60 on Monday after the US Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) ordered the grounding of 171 Boeing 737 MAX 9 airplanes to run inspections. The airline said cancellations would continue through the first half of the week. The Sunday cancellations affected nearly 25,000 guests, added the Seattle based carrier, which has 65737 MAX 9 aircraft in its which has 65 I'm sorry which has 65. I think I read that incorrectly. Which has 65. Okay, I'll read it again. Sunday cancellations affected nearly 25,000 guests, added the Seattle based carrier, which has 65 737 MAX 9 aircraft in its fleet. So, more than 200 flights have been cancelled. Boeing shares fall after MAX 9 groundings. Boeing shares listed in Frankfurt and in US pre-market trading fell almost 8% early on Monday after the US Federal Aviation Administration ordered the temporary grounding of some Boeing 737 MAX 9 jets. A piece of fuselage tore off an Alaskan Airlines jet on Monday following takeoff from Portland, Oregon, forcing pilots to turn back. Britain's BT to turn sheet cabinets into EV charging points. Britain's biggest telecom group said it would convert the first of its street cabinets traditionally used to house cabling to an electric vehicle charging unit in a pilot that could lead to a network of 60,000 new points. The first unit will be installed at a cabinet in East Lothian, Scotland, BT said on Monday, adding that it will roll out further trials across Britain in the coming months. I need my tea during the news articles, okay? I'm a tea person, not a coffee person, not much of a coffee person because I'm kind of allergic to milk, so I can't have coffee, though I love coffee a lot, but I can't have. So I'm a tea person. Okay. Telefonica to spend 1.3 billion euros in layoff plan in Spain. Spanish telecoms group Telefonica has said it has reached a deal with unions to lay off up to 3,421 employees in Spain in a plan it estimates will cost around 1.3 billion euros before taxes as it seeks to reduce costs. In a statement to the stock regulator, Telefonica said the departures are expected to take place during the first quarter of 2024 after weeks of negotiations with unions. SpaceX launches first set of satellites with direct-to-cell capabilities. T-Mobile US said on Wednesday SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 rocket on Tuesday with the first set of Starlink satellites that can beam phone signals from space directly into smartphone. What a smart move, and very useful too. The US wireless carrier will use Elon Musk owns SpaceX Starlink satellites to provide mobile users with network access in parts of the United States. The companies had announced in 2022. Other wireless providers across the world, including Japan's KDDI, Australia's Optus, New Zealand's 1NZ, Canada's Rogers will collaborate with SpaceX to launch direct to cell technology. German farmers blockade roads to protest subsidy cuts. German farmers kicked off a week of nationwide protests by blocking roads with tractors on Monday in response to plans to phase out agricultural subsidies as the coalition government scrambles to fix its finances. Images showed convoys of tractors and trucks, some adorned with protest banners reading "No farmers, no food, no future" on German roads in sub zero pre dawn temperatures. In Berlin, a line of dozens of tractors blocked the main avenue leading to the Brandenburg Gate. Five people trapped in Slovenia cave after heavy rainfall. Five people have been trapped in a cave in southern western Slovenia since Saturday afternoon after heavy rainfall raised the water levels, making it impossible for rescuers to take them out safely, as has been reported. The group, including a family of three and two tourist guides, were reported to be sheltered in a safe place in the 8.2-kilometer long Krizna Jama cave, which can only be visited by a boat. Just that. Okay. People can see what I'm reading. Donald Trump says he will attend federal appeals court arguments on presidential immunity. Donald Trump has said he will be attending an appeals court hearing regarding the scope of his presidential immunity in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday in comments in a Truth Social post on Monday. Of course, I was entitled as President of the United States and Commander in Chief to immunity, Trump said in a post. Prosecutors have accused Trump, the frontrunner for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination, of attempting to obstruct Congress and defraud the US government through schemes to reverse Democratic President Joe Biden's 2020 election win. Toyota Motor, this is a big news coming in. Toyota Motor to restart vehicle plants in Japan from Monday. Toyota Motor has said it would restart its Japanese vehicle plants on Monday, but given the impact of the New Year's Day's earthquake, would decide separately about operations from January 15, as aftershocks are continuing from the magnitude 7.6 quake that ravaged Japan's western coast, and many of its suppliers and their affiliates are in affected areas. Toyota has said in a press release on Sunday it would use parts in stock outside those areas. So that's good news. They will start vehicle plants in Japan from Monday. Okay. Vietnam EV maker VinFast names founder as CEO, replaces CFO. Vietnamese electric vehicle maker VinFast on Saturday named its founder and biggest financial backer Pham Nhat Vuong as chief executive as it plans an ambitious overseas expansion and ramps up sales via dealerships. Wong, 55, replaces Lee Thi Thu Thu, who had held the post since late 2021. VinFast has said in a statement, Thu, a finance expert, will serve as chairwoman and lead engagement with external stakeholders. US giants PIMCO Vanguard invest in Turkey after its return to rate hikes. US investment giants PIMCO and Vanguard have bought local Turkish assets in recent months, betting that the country will maintain high interest rates after years of erratic policy making under President Tayyip Erdogan. Interviews with top money managers and the companies showed that two of the world's biggest investors, which together oversee nearly 10, 10 trillion 10 trillion in assets, have grown constructive on Turkey since its newfound economic orthodoxy following Erdogan's re-election in May. US to reopen to one second. US to reopen border crossings as illegal immigration drops. The US will reopen four legal US Mexico border crossings on Thursday as high levels of illegal immigration have receded and freed up personnel. US border authorities have revealed the US will resume operations at an international bridge in Eagle Pass, Texas, two crossings in Arizona, and another near San Diego, California. US Customs and Border Protection have said in a press release, adding that it will continue to prioritize border security as necessary. El Salvador has said that murders have fallen by 70% in 2023 as it cracked down on gangs. The number of homicides in El Salvador has dropped more than 70%, the Central American country's security authorities have said, crediting a prolonged state of emergency declared by the government of President Nayib Bukele to fight crime gangs. Justice and Security Minister Gustavo Villatoro said 154 murders were committed last year, down from 495 the year before. That means a homicide rate of 2.4 per every 1 lakh people, which Villatoro said was the lowest in Americas apart from Canada. Oh my god. Can you imagine that much of... I can't imagine murders to be that high. 2.4 per every 1 lakh people. That's bad. Southwestern Chesapeake Energy close to 17 billion merger. US natural gas producer Chesapeake Energy and peer Southwestern Energy are nearing a merger that would create a nearly 17 billion company, a person has said who is close to the workings of the company. The deal could come together as soon as next week, provided the talks do not fall apart. It has been reported in October that Chesapeake was exploring an acquisition of Southwestern. So, okay, let's see what else we have. Give me some time. I'll pull up some more information out of here. And also let me know what other news articles you want to see. I'm just picking up the important news from various sources and bringing it out to you. Tell me if you are online, if you are attending my live, please tell me on the comment section so that I know what all you have. Okay, what else do we have here? Let's see. Okay. Bolivia announces biggest ever cocaine bust at nearly 9 tons. We know South American countries have been affected by cocaine and substance. They have always been smuggling, producing cocaine and other substances that are banned in the market. So, a big news coming in. Bolivia has announced biggest ever cocaine bust at nearly 9 tons. And what is the news article we have? Bolivia has now a record cocaine seizure from the country's western Oruro department. Officials have said, giving the drugs a local street value of $224 million, but nearly double that in Europe, where the illicit cargo was likely held. Bolivian President Luis Arce described the roughly 8.8 metric ton bust as the largest ever recorded in the South American country. In a post on social media, he added the drugs were hidden in wooden flooring, materials found in a truck, and were likely destined to the Netherlands, where their value would be estimated at 526 million. That's a lot and the wrong thing to do. Venezuela opposition extends committee to protect overseas assets by 1 year. Venezuela's opposition politicians have extended the functions of a committee administrating the country's overseas assets, which replaced the now eliminated interim government for 12 more months. Via this legal reform, the opposition National Assembly will maintain its function to safeguard Venezuela's assets abroad, also because it is the body recognized by the United States. Opposition politicians who oppose the government of President Nicolas Maduro. Brazil electric hybrid car sales to go up by 60% in 2024. Sales of fully electric and hybrid vehicles in Brazil are expected to rise by 60% this year from 2023 as per local industry group. ABVE, which represents electric automakers like Chinese companies BYD and Great Wall Motor, forecast sales above 1,50,000 cars in 2024. That's all for today.